My name's Ben, and today we've got this stunning 2023 on a 23 plate Lexus RX500h. Now this is a new version of the RX for Lexus, being the 500h, which means it has a 2.4 litre inline 4 engine paired with the hybrid motors, and together they produce 380 PS, so it's still an incredibly powerful car. And an important feature of this car over an RX450 is that this car has a 6-speed gearbox, a traditional gearbox, whereas in the past Lexus has usually used a CVT gearbox. So this is much more of a normal, if you can call it that, sort of driving experience. And obviously being a Lexus, no doubt it is unbelievably reliable. This particular car has a full Lexus main dealer service history and just 14,000 miles from new. It's an F Sport model and it's finished in F Sport white with dark rose leather interior, which is a combination we think works extremely well on a Lexus like this. And the most important feature of this particular car is that it's got the almost £5,000 TAKUMI package, which means it has pretty much everything you can have on a Lexus. I don't think there's any options on a TAKUMI package car that aren't covered. So we'll start at the front, walk around the car and point out some of those options for you. So we'll start in the center grille section here, which as you can see is a huge grille. I do think this new generation RX is a much improved design over the previous generation. And the Lexus badge actually doubles up as a radar for the adaptive cruise control that the car's fitted with. And it has all sorts of safety features involved in that as well. So automatic lane keep assist, various things like that. Forward-facing camera for the 3D surround camera system that the car's fitted with. Front and rear parking sensors, as you would expect. And then LED automatic high beam sort of matrix headlights as well, with a daytime running light across the bottom there. Again, a really, really nicely designed headlight in my opinion. Coming round the side, we've got 21-inch matte black 10-spoke alloy wheels. Again, in my opinion, the best looking wheel with this colour scheme and this car. And then the black brake calipers with the Lexus logo on them on the sides there. We have an F Sport badge on the side, black door mirrors, these sort of dark chrome window surrounds, which are a really nice feature rather than your usual black or silver, and then black to the tops and bottoms of the door handles as well. And you'll see the whole roof section is black. That's actually because the car with the TAKUMI package has an opening glass panoramic roof. It's keyless entry, and on the door mirrors in the corner on the left-hand side there, you'll see the blind spot monitoring logo, which will illuminate orange if anybody is in your blind spot. And then have a look inside at the beautiful design of the car. There's lots and lots to cover when we get around the driver's side in terms of features on the inside, but some highlights: a 14-inch touchscreen. So this car has an infotainment screen which is bigger than most of your laptops at home, which is just incredible. F Sport logo inscribed on the headrests of the seats, and then again that huge glass opening panoramic roof. And we've got a beautiful design in the seats as well, perforated, and they actually have sort of Alcantara sections on the edges here, which is really, really nice. F Sport on the door entry seals down there as well. And then this beautiful design here where they've got the Mark Levinson sound system speaker sort of integrated into this Alcantara design, and it's a really neat print on the Alcantara there as well. Privacy glass to the rear three quarters. We've got free zone climate control, blinds in the back as well, so you can pop the blinds up on the rear windows if you want to block out some sunlight. As I say, free zone climate control in the centre, heated and ventilated front and rear seats, and then lots of USB charging points for charging mobile devices in the back. And like I say, I think the dark rose colour combination works really, really well with the F Sport white exterior. And again, that sunroof just allowing a lot more sunlight into the rear of the car. Like I say, there is a blind for the sunroof, so if you don't want to allow that light in, it's very easy to block it out. And then coming around the back, this is actually where I think Lexus have improved the styling the most. I think the back is really, really nice. It's almost like really smooth. There's no sort of loading edge on the boot to get easily scratched or anything like that. This one-piece light bar that goes all the way across now with the Lexus logo above. And then I'll just open the number plates. I'll open the boot so you can have a look inside. But lots and lots of space in the boot as well. And even a massive storage section under the left-hand side there, so if you've got some dirty boots or something that you want to keep separately. And on the left-hand side, if you have a look in the boot here, you'll see there's actually some electric buttons for folding down the middle row seats. So very easy to get that done if you need the extra space or the extra storage. And then obviously the button up the top here for shutting that down. Reverse camera just above the number plate there as well. And then the Direct 4 tells you that the car is 4-wheel drive. It's Lexus's all-wheel drive system on the car. And now we'll jump inside and talk through some of the interior options. So starting on the driver's door card, we've got the beautiful, well, I say here, everywhere you touch is beautifully smooth leather, very soft and very Lexus. Again, that beautiful design up there, and also the dark rose contrast stitching throughout that black Alcantara is a really nice touch. Power folding, electrically adjustable door mirrors, and then obviously all electric windows and a child lock shortcut button there. And another feature I'd like to show you is the release for the doors on the inside. So this actually doubles up as a button. So when you're opening the door, a lot of people think you've got to pull it, which you can do, but that's a backup. The main way to open a door is just pop your hand on the armrest and push the button and off you go. And when you're actually getting out of the door, if you think about it, when it's just here, you just pop your hand on it and off you go. It's very, very easy. There's no handles to pull or anything like that. I'll turn the car on with the power button up on the top left here, and it'll fire into life. Electrically adjustable seats, and they are very adjustable as well. There's all sorts of lumbar support, etc. on the seat adjustment down there, and I'll just turn the radio off on the steering wheel here. On our right hand side, we've got the memory settings for the seats. Again, very easy access just to the right hand side of the steering wheel here, and then a power boot button there and a fuel release there as well. The steering column is electrically adjustable, so that will come forwards, backwards, up and down as well. It's an F Sport model, as we've already touched on multiple times, so you get the F Sport steering wheel with the logo at the bottom there and the dark rose stitching throughout the steering wheel, perforated on either side, and smooth leather top and bottom. Multifunction, as you can already see, so we can control the display in front of me down here, and also our heads-up display, which hopefully the camera will pick up because it is a big heads-up display. There's lots of information on it, but it might be difficult, but that is very visible through there and is all adjustable through the steering wheel. Some shift paddles behind the steering wheel, which again, this is probably the first Lexus I've been in where they're actually useful, because in a CVT gearbox there's no gears to change, whereas this with a 6-speed gearbox, they actually have a use for the first time in a Lexus I've been in. On the left hand side here, if I push the end of the stalk, you'll see the little light illuminate. So we've got automatic high beam assist for those matrix lights that we touched on before. And then coming over to this huge, as I say, 14-inch touchscreen, so bigger than most people's laptops at home. We've got heated and ventilated front and rear seats, heated steering wheel down there as well, and then obviously this massive sat-nav screen for the Lexus. If I pop the car into reverse, we get the reverse camera on the left-hand side and our sort of 3D camera on the right-hand side. And when you drive forwards, it will actually maneuver itself to the camera it thinks is most appropriate for what you're navigating. So it's very clever how it does that. And then you've got various different buttons. There's all sorts of technology in the air conditioning in this car, so you won't get any sort of germs or anything coming through the air conditioning. It's very clean air. And then you've got this sort of shortcut button here for some of the common buttons that you touch in the car. So if you wanted to heat the car up on a cold day or cool it down on a hot day, lane departure warning, that sort of stuff. If you want to turn it off, easy access, you've got some easy buttons there. And then there's lots of car settings you can go through on the left hand side here, driving modes, etc, etc. You could spend a whole video on its own going through some of the controls on the infotainment screen. Coming down the centre, 2 USB-C ports down here, and also under the cup holder another USB-C and a USB-A, and then a wireless phone charging pad on the right hand side down here, and it goes a long way down. There's a lot of storage under that section there. You've got storage for a phone down here as well, and that shuts beautifully. Cup holders here, which again are adjustable, just usual Lexus. They think about everything, so you can push one further down if you want a bigger cup to go in, and just push a button to bring it back up to normal height. We've got an off-road mode button down here, a traction control button, and then your handbrake settings down there. And then again, very well thought out, this armrest here. So the driver can open it this way, the passenger can open it that way. It's very, very clever how they've designed it. They think about everything in a Lexus. And then another feature of the TAKUMI package is the digital rear view mirror. So much like a modern Range Rover now, you can flick that, it becomes a camera, and then you can use this button here to adjust brightness, height, etc. Even turn it left or right, which you can't do on a Range Rover, so there's Lexus putting one over on Range Rover as usual. And then you can even tilt it, zoom it, turn the colour off, and just so much you can do with that digital rear view camera there. And if you want, just flick it back to a normal mirror. Very, very clever And I'll open the roof now and show you what the car looks like when that panoramic roof is all the way open. We've got a sort of wind deflector up here as well. And I'll switch the car off, jump outside. Hopefully I've not missed much, because there is just so much to talk about on one of these cars. They are full of features, but that is what you would expect from a Lexus. A very luxury car, ultra reliable, and in my opinion, a huge improvement over the old generation, just in terms of the quality, the feel of the car, and the design. I think it's a much more modern looking car. And like I say, importantly, 2.4 litre, 4-cylinder, and a 6-speed manual gearbox. So probably the best driving Lexus we've ever driven. My name's Ben. I hope the video helps. Thank you very much for watching.